Howdy everybody, Steve here, KM9G. This right here, this is a special guest Go box. We're gonna take a look at what's inside of this, and we're not really gonna critique it. We're not gonna say anything bad. We're gonna look at what this is for what it is and go from there. I think every Go box is special. Every Go box reflects the creator that created it. This is an Apache 2800. It's got a very special radio in it. It's got a bunch of stuff in it. There's a reason why this was created the way that it was created. I think we can all learn something from this. And what I'm looking for from you guys is some commentary down in the comments that is encouraging as to what this is, and is also encouraging as to what this can become. I know what's in here, and I know where this can go, and I know some of the thought process that went into this. And in my case, what I'm thinking, this is the radio and all the things that are radio specific and not specific to any other kind of radio whatsoever. And then we have the antenna box, and we have the power box, and we have the mission. And right now, I don't know what the mission is of this, so I can't be judgmental of this box, but I am extremely curious of what's inside of this box. Let's take a look. We need a workspace, and half of this is occupied by that grill that is making some beef jerky. Whew, let's take a look right now. We're at 2.5 hours. It's looking pretty good. We probably got another 2.5 hours to go, but that is the magic of beef jerky. You just make it until it's happy. I like happy. All right, let's open this thing up. Like I said, this is the Apache 3800 case, and inside it has that pluck and pull foam, which I personally am not a fan of. However, that doesn't mean it's wrong. It just is what it is. And I have a solution for this. I'll leave a link down in the description below as to what that solution is. But from a standpoint of holding the equipment, we've got a radio, we've got a sound interface, we've got a microphone, we've got a power cord. That is top layer, that's top shelf to begin with. This is the regular ICOM HM103 microphone, which has the RJ45 plug on it. You can already tell that this is a 7000, a 703, a 706, a 706 Mark II, a 706 Mark II-G. You don't know until we lift the bail and lift the radio out. Oh, it's a 703. 703 is a very special radio. I have yet to play with one of these radios, so I'm very grateful that this has come into the channel. And I am going to take a look at this, and we're going to do a bunch of video exploration on it. The 703 is a QRP radio that includes a tuner, which is awesome. So we're going to check out whether this works with the Coffee and Ham Radio's antennas, and we're going to check out what we can do with this radio. We're going to get this thing on FT8. We're going to get it on the air. But right now, this is just about the Go box. But the 703 aside, he's got this really clever SO239 to BNC adapter, which gets you in line for all the BNC tuners. We've got a Signal Link USB right here. This is the previous generation. Right now, this has been supplanted by the DigiRig, and the DigiRig does all the things that this thing used to do, but it is now in a new style. So you've got a delay before engagement, you have a RX audio level, you have a transmit audio level. Inside of this, there is a little chip that will determine whether this is rigged for ICOM radios or rigged for Yaesu radios or rigged for your favorite radio. So I have a video on getting the 706, which is the big brother to this radio, onto FT8 using a Signal Link. So I'm not going to redo that for this video, but I'm going to do a DigiRig video in the future. So be sure you're subscribed for that. We have the power cord, and the power cord on this radio is different. Wow, I didn't realize that. So we have power poles on one end, and we have this 3-pin Molex connector on the other end. And from the back of the radio, I don't see a 3-pin Molex connector. Let's see what it says. What am I missing here? Antenna, ground, data, which is the 6-pin mini DIN, accessory, which also has data signals over it. That's the 13-pin cable. External speaker remote. Microphone plugs into the base of the unit. We have the key for your CW fans. Oh, I get it. It's this weird cable hanging off the end. I was looking for a direct plug right on the base of the radio, but it is not. It is a plug that is on the end of this cable from the radio and is on the end of this cable from, well, you know, the cable. So I'm looking right past the exceptionally obvious right there. And then this last connector on the back here is for the ICOM tuner. Okay, so we get that out of the way. We got a nice deep pocket there for that. So this is where the power cable went. This right here is where the microphone sat. This is where the Signal Link set. And then right here, this is where all of the extra cables go. This space that is currently unoccupied, this right here, this is the reason why I don't like pluck and pull foam, is because it starts to fatigue after a while and it starts to change after a while. And well, that just tweaks me. just a little bit. And we've got a bunch of cables left down here in the bottom. A 13 pin on one side and an RJ45 on the other, so this must be for the signal link. Then we have this black cable here that is one of those fat USB cables on one side, and this says RT system. So this is obviously an RT systems programming cable. However, this is a USB-A port, and then inside of this connector here is the adapter to go from USB-A to RS-232 serial, which then connects us to our tip ring sleeve connector here. So we have transmit, receive, and ground, and that is all you need for serial communications. And so this is your CIV or cat control cable. And then we have a USB-C to USB-B cable. The USB-B cable goes into the back of the signal link like that, and the USB-C cable will go into your modern laptop in order to control for audio coming out of your signal link device. This is a fantastic setup. And then that is the radio inside of the Go box. No matter what you do, it is always good because you have some sort of thing going on. And this is where radios need Go boxes, because all radios have a tremendous amount of accessories that they need. And you kind of need to pick what you're putting in a Go box and what you are putting in a separate bag to go with that. Do you have more than one radio? Do you only have one radio? Do you have more than one antenna? Do you only have one antenna? Do you have more than one power cord? Some of the things I can see going on with this box right here in the future, possibly a screen up here in the top, and some of these Apache cases actually have studs in the corners to mount screens. The 3800 doesn't, the 2800 does. So you could mount a screen up in the top. Down here you might have room for a radio and a battery and a smaller sound interface. SignalLink is a fantastic interface, and I love SignalLinks. The only reason why I would choose a DigiRig over a SignalLink is because a DigiRig is smaller, but this is still a fantastic interface and will get you on the air with a variety of radios. So what do you guys think? What would you add to this case? What would you take away from this case? What kind of case would you use? Do you prefer soft-sided go bags? Do you prefer hard-sided go bags? Do you need the absolute waterproof possibilities of an Apache style case, or are you not worried about waterproof because you'll take care of it by keeping it inside of a larger waterproof container, like a truck, for instance? Do you operate only from a truck? Or are you operating from a picnic table bench? Let's help celebrate how awesome this Go box is, or talk about how we can make this Go box better. This one here comes from my buddy James, and James has a lot of different ham radio gear, and some of it's mounted permanently in his truck, and sometimes he uses a radio like this 703 in this Go box with the antenna mounted on the truck, and sometimes he'll take an antenna like our Coffee and Ham Radio's portable antennas and mount them out in the field at a picnic table like I just showed you. What is your style of operating? How do you like to operate? I would love to hear about it. If you want to know more information about the gear in this Go box, I've got you. There are links in the description down below, and even if you just want to know more about the beef jerky that I'm making, I got that too. Check out the description of the video down below for more information. This year, I am on a mission to get 100,000 subscribers, and you can help. Right below this video, there is a subscribe button. Subscribing is free. It doesn't cost you anything, but it makes me feel better and it helps me achieve that goal. And you are every part of that mission. I greatly appreciate every one of you. There is a video right over here I think you might enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.